Hello, and this video is me talking about how to kill Detlaff um, on Enhanced Edition. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about Vanilla. Um, it's quite difficult on Enhanced Edition, so that should be the first thing you should realize. As far as other combat mods go, I believe the way this is written, that Enhanced Edition makes this the most difficult fight possible. Not only within the game, but I mean across all mods um, for Witcher 3. Um, so cheer up if you're raging and having issues. Okay, there's plenty of things. Now I play on the Death March difficulty, but that doesn't mean that you have to. Okay, so don't to each their own. Especially if you have limited time and you just, you want to get through things and you don't want to, fight him 50 times in order to beat him. I can appreciate that because sometimes I have extremely limited time myself. So anyways, um, first things first. I mess around with a few different swords, the Manticore sword and the Wolf Master Crafted sword. Um, I found I preferred the Manticore. I don't know if it was to my Maybe it was my imagination, but I thought that the armor penetration helped out. I've never seen a sword with AP that high, so I just rolled with it. And it looks cool. A bit of nostalgia right there. So anyways, let's start it, and then I'll pause from time to time and then talk about what's going on. So we have some really cool cutscenes to begin with, but after you fight him and you die 20 times, you're probably going to skip it like I did. So don't, yeah, that's what's going on here. Oh, yeah, potions. Um, so I found that I was using enhanced cat, or superior cat rather, and then a swallow potion. And that worked. That can work. Um, but I also used Marble Forest and swallow, and also Tawny Owl and swallow. And I think the one the defeat of Detlaff was with Tawny Owl, if I remember correctly. I think so. So that might have been what I was using here too. I don't remember. Okay, so he is at the same spot every time, and so are you. Now he will jump towards you. You could either um, roll to the side or roll backwards. I've rolled to the sides and that works, but remember, you probably don't have a Quen up or something. All vampires have like a fast attack, and the fast attack will um, upset Geralt, especially like Brux attacks and Alps. You know what I'm talking about. They have these fast attacks, and they get you like stun locked, right? Detlaff has the same thing, and you need to be aware of that because he will clean your clock. And once your health bar is down in this fight, it means that any other mistakes you make are not good. So what I did was roll backwards in this situation. I've also rolled to my left. Um, yeah, I prefer to roll left as it allows the right-handed swing when I press the alternate button to come in a way I can see a little bit easier. But anyway, in this case, I rolled backwards. Okay, and then I had time for my Quen. So I have a kind of an upgraded Quen here, and it gives gives me a bit of a stun when he's at this level, right? Extremely helpful. For his face, rather. So you'll see that I swing and miss a lot, which is just kind of a reflection of me being sloppy. You can parry in this phase. You can parry him and get in, and you can miss a ton of times. And you get in some good damage right now. You notice how Quen is kind of saving my bacon right now because I'm playing sloppily. So just keep that in mind. He stands still, especially after a few of his attacks, and you can get him from the side and get some really nice damage from the back and his side. I use a lot of heavy attacks because I found that it was worth more of my bang for my buck. Okay, so these things. He sends out the bats, which are definitely a problem. And he also sends out his flying attack. And then he has, obviously, where he goes straight down. There's an AoE effect. The health bar. I've noticed sometimes the health bar stays right where it was before he entered the phase, and other times, sadly, it went back to full. That was always depressing. So I'm afraid, and so I keep popping Quen. Just keep that in mind. So you don't want to stand there like a muppet and let him just, steamroll you like that. You want to roll to the side or get away. You can dodge that entirely, and if you have a Quen up, or at least my Quen, worked enough to where he was not cleaning my clock every time. I've noticed that if I didn't have it up, or if it was a weaker Quen, it would kill me, especially on low health. So keep that in mind.
Start playing now.
That's how the quote. Okay, the birds. He summons the birds to them, and probably all of you are like, "Oh my God, those birds!" The birds have a narrow stream of attack in which they can hit you. They don't rotate. Mercifully, they don't rotate. So you need to get out of the way. And I was having trouble at first because I was forgetting, I could sprint. Obviously, you see my sprint is on my caps lock button. I know that's annoying, but that's just the way it is. So by rolling and sprinting, I was able to get out of the way. And once I was able to do that, then I was able to be a lot happier. Oh, the dive attacks. You do not want to stand next to him when he dives, okay? That will knock off your Quen or potentially kill you, do a lot of damage. You can get in and do 1 or 2 swings, maybe 2 fast attacks or maybe 2 strong attacks. 3 fast attacks is you're probably going to be a bit too slow, because you do not want to be there when he does his AoE, which releases his, he gets off his knees and gets back up in the air again. You don't want to be near that, right? So you want to get out of there. You have to be patient. So then he's going to do this again. So you go backwards, go to the side. That one kind of worked. It's a bit sloppy. Then we have the birds again. I hit, that was good. I'm using power attacks here because that kind of was more effective. I found that if I did not hold when I was doing those, I was totally screwed. So my Geralt is high level. I know there's no levels. I don't know how many times people read it, but I have a lot of perks, right? I have a lot of perks, and so I can do my fast attacks pretty fast, and yeah, so that's part of the thing. If you come in with like 1 or 2 perks, it's gonna be a rough go. Black blood. Shit. That's me talking, by the way, in the background. Hope it's not too annoying. You can use Ard in this fight, right? On his dive attacks, when he's flying through the air, you can use Ard to knock him out of the air. However, if you miss, it could be really rough. Like, he's going to knock you in the face, and it's going to take half your health, if you're lucky, but more like 75 or 80%. So just keep that in mind. I think I mentioned that in one video. Which actually works in this fight. So I guess that's me talking in the background. Test that. So now we move to the third phase. And, let's see here. Yeah. So at this point in time, you've probably died a lot, and you're really happy about getting to the third phase. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm finally here. And your temptation is immediately to kill the different hearts, right? So you can end the fight. That's a mistake. If you ignore Detlaff, you do so to your peril. Whatever. Now you see here what I did. Oh, oh, sorry about that. What I did was immediately go for the hearts. So this is a mistake. See that? You notice how he's... Oh, wait for it. Yeah, I'm ignoring him and going for the hearts, and that's a really bad mistake. Because now I have no adrenaline or vigor or whatever. And bars, right? And I have no Quen, and he's going to clean my clock because he does fast attacks. And he can stun lock you, and it's going to really hurt. And yeah, it's a serious mistake. You probably don't recover. I've never recovered in this third phase. See this? I'm getting this has me in the background. You know, saying the obvious. Oh God. That's me attempting to pull one out of my rear end with a superior white reference. And it's just not going to work. Right? There's just no hope. And then, because you're flustered and panicky, then you go for the heart and forget about the guy who just cleaned your clock. So you go back and repeat the cycle. You don't want to do that. You want to deal with the things you can control, which is this guy. And then each time you kill him, or whatever, then you can hit a heart. See, these things have more health than you realize, right? You don't want to make that mistake. Don't want to do what I did. Sit there. I believe you can parry these attacks as well. So just keep that in mind. I had so many perks in parrying that I had excess. Couldn't even put more into the tree. I have extra perks in parrying. That's my Quen bailing me out, not actual skill. And now it's all over. Yep. Oh God. That's the proper reaction right there. And come on. No! And we can see the doom slowly closing in on us. And that's it.
Damn it.
Yes, that's quite right. Oh, there we go. So anyways, that's what you don't do. So hopefully, this has given you some idea on how to properly kill Detlaff within the Enhanced Edition mod. I do wish you the best of luck. And just stay patient, I guess, is one thing you have to understand about the fight. Don't rush it. So, yeah.